there's one thing I would shout to the world, be you're beautiful. Love yourself.
If I had one thing to shout out to the world about trans people, it'd be trans housing now. We all need housing and it's so important. So I totally feel like housing is the most important thing for our community right now, and jobs.
As a transgender woman, things that I would like to see happen in the future would be honest and genuine equality.
So my name is Sister Mary Peter, and what transgender means to me is power. It's people who are able to really embrace the unique truth of who they are, live it with courage, and live it beautifully in front of our world and teach other people to be just that much more open in their lives.
10 years ago, there was 50 people here, and now thousands.
Transgender to me means, being the person and the expression that's important to you, and that for us it's really about empowerment of trans people, and that's why we're here.
If there's one thing I could shout out to the world about being trans, it'd be that it's complicated.
What transgenderism means to me is creative boundary crossing. Having the power to make your gender what you want and make yourself what you want.
What does transgender mean to you? Oh, I had to say Erica, huh? I'm sorry.
As a transgender person, one thing I would like to state to the world is simply that we exist, because that's forgotten way too often.
I think in terms of the trans movement, I think really what needs to happen now is like a shifting of the conversation. So less talk about our transitions and our bodies, but really working with the media to tell our stories in a different way. And that means casting more trans people. That means really sharing integrated stories of who we are as people, but all the other things we're doing. Like right now, there's a great opera singer, who's a wonderful person. We need to hear those stories too, and not just transitional stories. So I feel like that's kind of the next step of our movement, is to really share that.
The transgender movement into the future needs to embrace its own power. It needs to find the confidence to continue to press its gains and to make sure that the whole world becomes a safe and accepting and loving place for transgendered people.